Longlegs is a terrifying, fear-inducing slasher flick, guys. I just got back from seeing Longlegs. We got to get into it, man. So with this movie right here, it basically follows a FBI agent that's in pursuit of trying to track down a serial killer from just events that's going on in her area. And this movie stars the one and only Nicolas Cage. And I'm going to tell you right here in this film, the caliber of acting that comes from Nicolas Cage, guys, is going to change the game when it comes to horror. Like, what I just watched was literally insane. With this movie with Longlegs, they do a great job with promoting and not spoiling things. I went in this movie not knowing anything. Like, I was just went in here fresh mind. I didn't know nothing, and it just kicks up right away. This movie, it literally wastes no time. It wastes no time. You know, when you kind of just sit here and watch this movie, the scares and just the creepiness and how they compose the music in this whole movie is insane. Like, so what I'm going to say is when you watch Longlegs, it's going to be times where you feel like it's losing potential, but it ends up magnet itself back together and bringing the plot back together. Now, to kind of get into it a little more, I want to just say, look, in the trailer, you don't see a lot of things that will scare you. So when you go in here, that's what's going to make you scared. It almost has that formula of, like, you know, like a haunted house. You see the outside of it, but you don't know what's going on inside. That's how Longlegs is. Now, to push forward, I heard a lot of people saying out there that this is movie of the year. You know, could this be movie of the year? I'm going to say it's up there. It is really up there, man. It's up there. Now, it is times in this movie where it loses potential. It definitely loses like its potential. Like, it could have been executed better. But this is the scariest movie that I've seen in 2024 so far. And it is one of the movies that has the best story and plot of 2024 so far. Right now, I'm not gonna lie, Longlegs is in top 3 for me, bro. It is literally in top 3. Now, getting into this, with this whole thing, there's a lot of stuff going on with, you know, satanic stuff, cultish things, and you know, when you kind of push forward, you still don't know what's going on because we're like knee deep in just files and just history and backstory of Longlegs and kind of following FBI Agent Lee Harker. Now, we're following her and her POV, and she has, like, you know, a lot of, you know, like a lot of weird energy in this movie kicking off. You're kind of following her and thinking almost like, what's up with her? She has that vibe to her. It's like, you know, what's going on with her? But whole time, you kind of start seeing things unravel and expose itself, and pieces start coming together in the story. I will say this. A lot of people say this is the scariest movie of the decade. This is something I'm going to have to think about. But, man, it is definitely creeping up in that. It's been a while since something kind of had me feeling kind of, I don't know, man, spooked out leaving the theater. I'm spooked out right now as I'm doing this video just because it's times in this where it's just quiet. Like, it's literally just, it's quiet. And things start building up where it's like, okay, the music will kind of bump itself up at times. And you're like, okay, something's coming. And then nothing happens. And then boom, it's right there. Like, I've never seen that formula really. Like, you know, like usually when they have that, it's like you think something, it's like, oh my God, something's happening. No, they literally, and then boom, it's in your face. And I really did like Longlegs doing that. That's something new and something, you know, different. And I liked how it felt. It felt like a lot like a 90s film, in my opinion, the way it was shot. I loved a lot of the wide shots they had, you know, especially with Lee Harker when she's like looking through the files, and you know, we got a lot of wide shots to see the files on the walls and stuff like that. That was very strategic of them to do that. And pushing forward, like I said, you don't see the twists and turns in this until you get deep into it. And by the way, this is actually filmed in 3 chapters, like part 1, part 2, part 3. By the time you get to part 3, you're pulled in. Like, everything starts making sense. Everything is, you know, magnetizing together, and you're like, oh my God, like this happened. Oh, so with this, you have to pay attention to the files. Everything matters with Longlegs because it's a detective horror movie. This movie feels like Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. It feels like Seven. It feels like Psycho. It has Silence of the Lambs. It definitely feels like a lot of those serial killer movies, and it does a thing at having that formula, but it just kind of goes with its own feel. And I'm like, wow, this is actually insane, bro. This is a good movie. I thought I was saying some decent stuff, you know, past months. No, This is what you call good right here. Longlegs, man. Shout out to Neon, bro. Like, this is insane. I have to see some more of their work. I never knew that something can creep me out so much. Nicolas Cage in this, man. The Nicolas Cage is fucking insane. He's literally creepy, y'all. Like, he looks almost like how, man, I don't even know what to call it. Like, how The Weeknd looked when he had that plastic surgery on one of his music videos. He kind of looks like that, but like 10 times scarier, bro. Like, in his personality, the stuff that was wrote for Nicolas Cage. I saw some behind the scenes where, you know, with the guy who wrote it, saying that the things he wrote, they didn't kind of change too much in the script. They didn't change nothing. Nicolas Cage read the story. He loved the character, and he just literally read off text and just kind of brought energy to it, and they brought that character Longlegs to life. And it's insane. I'm going to always remember that character now, man, with Nicolas Cage. He killed it, bro. Oz Perkins, he was the director of this film. He put together this magic. Shout out to him, man. But yeah, guys, to get into the spoiler ends of things, look, we're about to get into spoilers, but I want to say this. If you haven't seen it, please check out Longlegs. I'm telling you, you're going to do yourself a disservice not watching this movie and locking in. This is one of the good movies. We have not got one of these type of movies in a long time. Go check it out. So to get into everything with spoilers, I'm not going to lie, y'all. This movie with Nicolas Cage and Agent Lee Harker are the MVP of Longlegs. I'm going to tell you. Agent Lee Harker, I knew it was something going on with her, just looking at her. I don't know, you know, but I started seeing things, especially with the backstory, immediately how it opens up with, you know, her, and then she sees basically Nicolas Cage and her. I'm like, oh, that's definitely her. So everything's going to start trying to connect to that backstory. But the twist that it took, basically the whole time, we found out that Longlegs, Nicolas Cage, was a worshiper of Satan. He's friends with the devil. He's literally telling people that, you know, he's worshiping the devil. He's in the basement making these crazy dolls. Those dolls creep me out. Like, those type of twists and turns, no one will expect watching this. Even if you're watching it in the beginning, you don't know what the hell's going on. So the whole time, he's a devil worshiper. He's, you know, a Satanist, whatever you want to call it. And he's doing these evil things, putting these certain formulas into these dolls that is kind of doing things to the human body, especially with Lee Harker. Like, he made a doll of her, and it kind of made her mind only be able to see what he chooses her to see. So that's why in those moments where you see her with the other detective that walk into his house with his wife, she's acting weird and thrown off. It's because actually she's trying to remember things about her past, but the whole time Nicolas Cage is in charge of her, because it's almost like voodoo. Like, when you kind of think about it, like the way he had the dolls kind of similar to voodoo. But man, I cannot, even when I close my eyes, I keep seeing that image of, you know, Longlegs like Nicolas Cage. It was so creepy. The vibe, the personality, that interrogation scene when he's at the table and he's just, that type of stuff, we need that in horror. That is nightmare fuel, dude. Literally, that is nightmare fuel. And it's been a while since I kind of got spooked out, really. And I will never be able to look at Nicolas Cage the same after this, for real, for real. Like, this just ups the whole level when it comes to, like, horror characters and things like that. And that twist with it being basically that Agent Lee Harker's mom was in on it, because she had made a deal with the devil, basically the devil being Longlegs, saying that, okay, I'm gonna spare your daughter's life, but you gotta work for me. And whole time she's his accomplice, working next to Longlegs, going to people's houses, making dolls, you know, that replicates their children, and just taking out the family. So the whole time we're seeing families get took out left and right. Whole time Agent Lee Harker is investigating, like, who could do this. It couldn't just only be Longlegs. Someone had to be his accomplice. He was the man under the stairs. We kept hearing that through the story. The man under the stairs, and he was the man under the stairs making the dolls and replicating humans and stuff like that, worshiping Satan. And he's parting up her mom. The ending was brutal and emotional. I just felt for Agent Lee Harker. Like, just seeing her have to take out mom Dukes, bro, was crazy. And then he ended up executing himself, Nicolas Cage, you know, Longlegs. It was insane, bro. I'm not gonna lie. That I don't know what the hell Oz Perkins made him come up with that character. That is some messed up shit. Like, the way the jitteriness, the personality, just him, you know, spiking up with energy out of nowhere. It almost gives you that Pennywise feel. It was creepy, bro. I loved Longlegs. Right now, it's like probably, I'm gonna say like it's just creeping. It's between like Late Night with the Devil, Longlegs, bro. Like them two movies right there, it's gonna be hard to top them. It's gonna be hard to top them, man. But overall, I really did have fun with Longlegs. It's one of the better horror movies this year. It has one of the better storylines and plots, some great acting, great shots. The score, oh, it has that Shining score. Like, you know how the Shining has the iconic dun, 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 dun. It has that, but it has its own staple on it, bro. I don't even know what to call it. Bro, I was in there like, why the fuck am I like getting like the chills hearing this? And it's like, I'm like, this is crazy. This is what we need. As a horror fan, I think this is what we need. This is the new thing that we need. And I think Oz Perkins brought that to us happily today. He brought that to us. And this is a movie that will stand out for the rest of my life. I'm going to be the one to say it. It's definitely climbing that ladder already to trying to be a classic, for sure. And I said that. But check out Longlegs, guys. Definitely, this is a great movie. I had a great time with it. Fun, very, very fun. Like I said, it's top 3 movies for me right now. Comment down below if you've seen Longlegs. What did you think? Comment down below. And yeah, guys, unfortunately, this is the end of the video. I will see you all in the next one. I want you to hit me up on my social medias at ILIKESCARY on Instagram, ILIKESCARY_ on TikTok, Brandon on Facebook, ILIKESCARY on Twitter, and yeah, you all right there where it says subscribe. Next to it, click join to become a member of the channel. I want you all to watch some horror movies. Stay scary out there. Peace. Until next time, y'all.